This is the book of James, chapter 1, verse 1. James, a servant of God and of the Lord Yahushai HaMashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahushai is his son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who grew well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai's sake. I'm Brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp. And yes, the reason why I brought out the book of James, chapter 1, verse 1, is that I went into the commentary of the Blue Letter Bible, more specifically from this commentator, Matthew Henry. And this commentator made a commentary on James 1 and 1. Now keep in mind, James is the brother of Yahushai. Okay? And also keep in mind, James is addressing the 12 tribes. So that means that time he's writing, okay, he's writing to those that know that they're part of the 12 tribes of Israel. Just keep in mind that. But let's see what Matthew, what's his name again? Matthew Henry writes his commentary on it, because he says some interesting things, which is exactly what we've been bringing out to our people, okay? And that's why what we say time and time again, this Bible is written by Israelites for Israelites, okay? And in these last days, we're now waking to the realization of who we are as a nation, okay? We're now remembering ourselves wherever we're scattered at. So let's read this. The apostle, meaning James, here mentions the condition of those to whom he writes. So he's, okay, admitting that James is writing to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. Some understand this of the dispersion upon the persecution of Stephen. Right, because you had in the book of Acts chapter 8, I'll read it right here. And Saul was consenting unto his death. Right, this is when Stephen got put to death, okay, for preaching, Yahushai, the doctrine of Yahushai, all right, that he died on the cross and rose again, on the third day, okay. And you had certain Israelites that didn't want to believe that, okay. And at that time, there was a great persecution against the church, which was at Jerusalem. Right, there was a huge persecution of believers, okay, of Yahushai. And Saul was the one persecuting that church, okay, the believers of Yahushai. And they were all scattered abroad throughout the regions of Judea and Samaria. Right, they had to flee Jerusalem, except the apostles. 2. And devout men carried Stephen to his burial and made a great lamentation over him. 3. As for Saul, and this is once again Saul, all right, this is Paul, but before he had his name changed to Paul, after he got knocked off the horse by the Lord, all right, he was known as Saul, who was persecuting the church of the believers of Yahushai. He made havoc of the church, entering into every house and hailing men and women, committing them to prison. 4. Therefore they that were scattered abroad went everywhere preaching the word. Right. So you had the believers of Yahushai, okay, fleeing Jerusalem and going into Judea and Samaria, all right, preaching the words of Yahushai. But so that's what this commentator is writing about. But check this out. But that only reached to Judea and Samaria. Others, here's the point, others by the Jews of the dispersion understood those who were in Assyria, Babylon, Egypt, and other kingdoms into which their wars had driven them. So this commentator, okay, is acknowledging that Israelites were scattered, okay, throughout the kingdoms, different kingdoms, Assyria, Babylon, Egypt, all right, because of the wars, okay? And he's also acknowledging that in the time of Acts and in the time of James, all right, which is the brother of Yahushua, in the time of Paul, that the Jews in that time understood of Israelites being scattered to these different countries. And he says it right here. The greatest part indeed of 10 of the 12 tribes were lost in captivity. But yes, some of every tribe were preserved, and they are still honored with the ancient style of 12 tribes, right? You even have, a count? A believer from the tribe of Asher. Let me get that. That reminds me of that. Hold up. Let me open up another tab. There was a woman from the tribe of Asher who was a believer. Or is it ASR? Here it is. Luke 2:36. And there was one Anna, a prophetess, the daughter of Phanuel, of the tribe of Aser, okay, which is the tribe of Asher. Let's go into it. It's going to say it. The 8th son of Jacob, an Israelite tribe, Asher. There you go. Because you had certain remnants of the northern kingdom still in Judea, okay, because they were cleaving onto the doctrine, all right, that was pushed out through the lines of King David, okay. She was a great age and had lived with her husband 70 years from her virginity. All right, so that's that on that point. Okay, so let's go back. So hey, this commentator is saying what we're saying. So let's read this one more time. But that only reached to Judea and Samaria. Others by the Jews of the dispersion understood those who were in Assyria, Babylon, Egypt, other kingdoms into which their wars had driven them. Right. So now let's go to Isaiah 11:10. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. Right. So obviously these Gentiles are talking about the Israelites, foreigners. Okay. That was, okay, scattered among where? Here we go. 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the isles of the sea. So wherever they're scattered at, okay, the Lord will grab them and deliver them. And this is what we're waiting on. 12. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. Right. Even here in Babylon the Great. Okay. 13. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. Right. And you're clearly seeing that, especially here in Babylon the Great. You're having so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, getting rid of those byword and proverbs of an identity and saying, hey, yo, I'm an Israelite too, okay? We're all Israelites, and we're waiting on Yahushua. They're acknowledging their identity, their nationality. In fact, I got it right here, Isaiah 44:1, which if you look at it spiritually backwards, it's 144. Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. 2. Thus saith the Lord that made thee and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou Jeshurun, meaning the upright ones, whom I have chosen. See? So, hey, this Bible's written by Israelites for Israelites. Isaiah is an Israelite. James is an Israelite. He's writing to the Israelites that are scattered abroad, because at that time they knew that they were Israelites. 3. For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thy offspring. Right? This spirit, this truth, waking up to who they are, their identity. I'm an Israelite. I'm no longer Puerto Rican. Like, for me, example, I was told, okay, before I got into this truth, that I was Puerto Rican. Okay? And that right there, and that in itself, I really never felt any type of pride in that, because all I saw to be Puerto Rican, there was always this stigmatism, right? What are those stigmatism? What are those stereotypes? All Puerto Ricans know how to do is make babies and leave. All Puerto Ricans know how to do is lie, cheat, and sleep and cheat with commit adultery, so on and so forth, right? That's what I did when I was in this world, okay? So it wasn't really something to be excited about, all right? And when you go into the word Puerto Rico, it means rich port. And if you look at that country today, there's nothing rich about it. That place is through. It's economically through. People are fleeing that island daily just to come over here to America to try to get some type of help, and to none avail, because this place is going down. But the point is, that wasn't something to be proud of. This was something to be proud of, humbly though, okay? Because now I know who I am. 4. And they shall spring up as among the grass, as well as by the watercourses. 5. One shall say, I am the Lord's. Right, that's exactly what I said. Wait a minute. When I found out I was an Israelite in 2013, wait a minute. I saw Puerto Rican on that sign. That sign, yes, that was the hook for me, because it led me to now do some research and to really get into this Bible, okay, and learned under the apostles, like, wait a minute, whoa, we have a great history that was hidden from us. So yes, so now coming to the realization, wait a minute, I am the Lord's? One shall say, I'm the Lord's, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob, and another shall subscribe with his hand unto the Lord, and surname himself by the name of Israel. And that's what we're doing. 6, thus saith the Lord, the King of Israel, and his Redeemer, Lord of hosts, I am the first, and I'm the last, and beside me there is no God, right? Because this is of the Lord. He gave us this breath of life, the remembrance of who we are. We are that dry bones, okay? Ezekiel 37, all right? We were those dry bones, and now we're waking up, all right? And we're being, okay, getting the breath of life onto us. We're, all right, getting, okay, this understanding of who we are, and now we're standing upon our feet. And this scares the elite. Real talk. Let me get Deuteronomy 4, verse 24. Because how did we lose our identity? Why did Paul be commissioned to go to the Gentiles, which are the Israelite foreigners, to teach them the words of Yahweh Shai, to bring them back to remembrance? All right? Because this is what happened. 24. Deuteronomy 4 and 24. For the Lord thy God is a consuming fire, even a jealous God. Right? The Lord is jealous. And what happened was, what's going to say? 25. When thou shalt begot children, and children's children, ye shall have remained long in the land, and shall corrupt yourselves and make a graven image, or the likeness of anything, and shall do evil in the sight of the Lord thy power, to provoke him to anger. Right, so what did we do? Okay, which the Lord prophesied what we would do, all right? Because the Lord is all-knowing. He knew that there was going to be a time that we were going to worship idols, we were going to worship heathen gods, graven images, okay? Which was going to provoke the Lord to jealousy, to do what? It's 26. I call heaven and earth to witness against you this day, that ye shall soon utterly perish from off the land whereunto ye go over Jordan to possess it. Ye shall not prolong your days upon it, but shall utterly be destroyed. All right, meaning in the mind. 27. And also being put to death, because a lot of us got put to death. 27. And the Lord shall scatter you among the nations, and ye shall be left few in number among the heathen, whither the Lord shall lead thee. Right. Few in number. Okay. And while we were in few in number, okay, we lost our identity because that was part of the curses. 28. And there ye shall serve gods, the work of man's hands, wood and stone, which neither see nor hear, eat nor smell. And that's what happened. We were serving these other gods in these foreign lands, okay, and we lost our identity, okay. But now we remember ourselves, just like in the time of James, when he wrote that, they knew that they were Israelites. Let's go to this one and I'll close out, because this is in Babylon, okay, in a land that we were scattered to, Babylon the Great. Especially if you look at Southern Kingdom, all right, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, they were forced to come to America, okay, cargo slave trade, transatlantic slave trade, all right, and out of America, the tents of Judah will be raised first, as it was prophesied in Isaiah and Zechariah, that they will remember themselves and then teach the rest of the tribes. And this is what's happening now. Jeremiah 51, the word of the Lord spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. Right, and we're coming in that same spirit of Jeremiah. We're prophesying against Babylon the Great. We're telling, okay, America, you're going down. We're remembering ourselves. We know that we're Israelites, and the Lord's going to get us up out of here while destroying you. Okay, you maggots that walk here in Babylon the Great too. Declare ye among the nations and publish. Right, and this is what we're declaring among the nations. This is what we're publishing, okay, with the words of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. And we're publishing this via the YouTube, we're World Wide Web, okay? These lessons are us publishing it. These are our, okay, epistles. And set up a standard. What's the standard? The words of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, the Bible. Publish and conceal not. We're not concealing. We're telling you. Say Babylon is taken. Bel is confounded. Merodach is broken in pieces. Her idols are confounded. Her images are broken in pieces. Right? And this is what we're telling, okay? Babylon the Great, you Edomites that rule Babylon the Great, you're going down. We remembering ourselves. We're coming out of the Bible, okay? All right? You can't, we're not hiding. We're telling you. You're through. 3, for out of the north there cometh a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove, they shall depart, both man and beast. Right. What does it talk about out of the north coming up a nation against her? It's talking about the Russians. I got a map right here. Okay, here it is. It's flat, but no, the earth is not flat for you flat earth, okay, Goombas out there. The earth is not flat. It's a circle. It's round, okay? But I want to show you out of the north, right? Right here, okay? These are the Russians, okay? And they're coming from the north. And here is America. All right? Simple. So that, hey, the Bible's on point. And you even have Russian military all in the Arctic. Okay, right around here. They're coming from the north. They even have their nukes there. Okay. So this is the time we're coming to. 4. And in those days, right, in the time of America to be judged, to be destroyed, okay? And in that time, saith the Lord, the children of Israel shall come, they and the children of Judah together, going and weeping, they shall go and seek the Lord their God, right? By remembering themselves, by understanding why they lost their identity, by coming to this realization that they need to seek Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, okay? And they need to preach this word and say, hey, we are those people that James is talking about. James 1:1, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. It's us. And 5, they shall ask the way to Zion with their faces thitherward, saying, come and let us join ourselves to the Lord in a perpetual covenant that shall not be broken, that shall not be forgotten. Okay? There you go. And this is what's happening. We're remembering ourselves, all right? It started with Judah, all right? One west. And they were pushed out this word, and now look, okay? You got the Israelites from all 12 tribes remembering themselves, okay? Here in Babylon, okay? As well as wherever they were scattered at, and they're seeking the Lord 10 times more. So yeah, and this is what the Bible's all about. This Bible's about Israelites remembering themselves, okay? Remembering who they are through the Spirit, because it's time. That's why Yahushua died on the cross for our sins, okay? So that the books can be sealed in these latter days, so that we can get the understanding, the mystery. We can understand the mystery of the Gentiles, all right? So Lord willing, is us edifying. I thought this commentary was on point. And there's more in it. You can read more to it, but that hit the point, okay? So even this Matthew Henry's acknowledging the 12 tribes. So with that, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And citation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai's sake. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Lord willing, it was through the Spirit, okay? You brothers and sisters got an understanding, and we're almost out of here, okay? All waiting on is for the digital all to be made mandatory, and that's it. World War III kicks off, and the Lord is going to deliver, okay, His elect, okay, who are acknowledging that they are, okay, part of the 12 tribes of Israel. So with that, Shalom and Abad Ball, Shalom.